Good morning. This morning we were at the Department of Labor building in Atlanta, Georgia, and we came here to deliver a letter to Mark Butler, which is the decision that the 9 judges came up with on Saturday to have Mark Butler to rescind a decision to have 64,000 workers to not receive unemployment benefits for their work this summer. What happened is that we ran into Major Hill, who is the security head here at the building. And he came and said that Mark Butler is not available today, he's not in today. And so we asked him, then could we go upstairs and deliver the letter to his office? We were told that we would not be able to go up and deliver the letter to his office. And he also said he did not want any chanting or anything going on in the building today. And so I said, that's not a problem, sir. We want to just deliver this letter to him and to his office. And so he said what he would do is have his secretary to come down and meet us at about 10 after 10. It's about 10 o'clock now. And she's scheduled to come down at about 10 after 10 to take the letter to Mark Butler for us as his representation, so that he would get the letter and be able to rescind his decision that he made way back on January 30th. So that is what we're regarding the workers' benefits. And so that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting to hear from them at this point.
So good morning. My name is Roger Sykes. I'm the organizing director with Atlanta Jobs with Justice. This morning we're here to resolve a very important issue that's been impacting the families of about 64,000 Georgia school workers that have been denied their unemployment benefits. So this past Saturday, we put Mark Butler on trial because there are allegations that he had committed crimes against Georgia's families by denying them their basic needs. So hundreds of people gathered at First Iconium Baptist Church to hear testimony, compelling testimony from over 15 Georgia school workers from across the state. We heard their testimony, and we also heard the story of Mark Butler. So we heard both sides. At that event, we had 9 prominent community leaders from the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, progressive politicians that heard that testimony and issued a judgment. And it came out clearly that Mark Butler was guilty. It was unanimous. 9 judges declared Mark Butler guilty. So we have right here their signatures, and also 4 suggestions of how Mark Butler can remedy this situation. So we want to make sure that Mark Butler gets this letter, and it's clear that he has, at the latest, until September 2nd to implement these changes. If not, he's jeopardizing $61 million in federal funding and grants to the Georgia Department of Labor. And he also continues to leave Georgia's families in crisis. So I want to hand it over to Belinda, who is she's a Georgia pre-K lead teacher. She's a leader in her community, and she spoke at the People's Court on Saturday. Belinda?
Thank you, Roger. Of course, we're here this morning to bring this notice to Mr. Butler that he is totally wrong for what he has done to the community. Over 64,000 families who are suffering, including myself. These families had bills. They can only eat beans. Places they had to go to food pantries to receive food. They had to borrow from friends and families. Of course, this is totally wrong. We can't do our fellow Georgians this way. We have to speak out. So that's why we're here right now. We demand justice. We stand together. We want to make a difference. A lot of families are suffering in our great country. How is that possible? It is possible. Maybe it's your next door neighbor. Just look outside your door. It's that family that's suffering. We stand together. And I'm here with Mr. Sykes and the rest of us here. We're going to make a difference. We're going to stand together, and we demand justice.
So impacted workers, Mark Butler's constituents, voters have been trying to meet with Mark Butler, trying to raise their concerns about the crisis that he's caused, and time again he's skirted the issue, and he refuses to have basic dialogue to come up with solutions around this crisis. And again, Mark Butler supposedly is not here, and he refuses to meet with us. So we're going to keep trying to have this dialogue, and we hope that finally we'll be able to communicate like adults.
Nice to meet you, Kimberly Marion.
Nice to meet you on the job with Justice. Here to deliver this letter to Mark Butler.
Okay.
And the reason we put that letter is so that rescind the decision to give the 63,000 and give them the 9 police officers. That was a team totally. If you did want to be able to give it to him, you see that you reverse that decision until September 2nd from the United States Department of Labor, not from us, but from the United States Department of Labor to adhere to the decision that they have made, which is to reinstate those benefits for those persons.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll definitely make sure it gets this letter. I'm Kimberly Marion.
Kimberly
Yes, Kimberly Marion. But I'll make sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Good day. They were just delivering the letter, and just so we're clear, so the deadline that he has is September 2nd. So that's what the U.S. Department of Labor gave him, and their threat was that if he doesn't comply with state and federal guidelines, that Georgia will be in jeopardy of receiving the $61 million in federal funds that they give to the Georgia Department of Labor. So not only is he playing with people's lives locally, but he's being fiscally irresponsible.
Yes,
So,
in addition to not only threatening the school workers, but threatening all occupations of all people who go on unemployment.
Before I went home, and there was a letter in my mailbox from the Georgia Department of Labor saying benefits allowed.
Wow.
Woohoo! After appeals and calls and emails. No, I just want all the other, say over 63,000 that still, if you haven't received, I want them to hang on in there. Don't give up. Don't stop calling. Don't stop doing your appeals.
Right.
Stay in touch. Come out and support what we're doing. Get involved. Don't be intimidated. I think that is really what's going on.
Yeah.
Intimidation is being used.
Yeah.
We can't allow that. We're not going to allow it. I didn't allow it. It was hard. It was really hard this summer.
Right.
Extremely. It was just, I was on the brink. I was going to break.
Right.
But I held on to my faith, and I can stand here this day and tell you I was paid every dime from May all the way up, and it will continue till the benefits end. But